3 years ago, I made a video where I didn't sleep for 72 hours, but it was fake.
Oh boy,
I'm getting tired.
which movie should I have? I'm actually sort of regretting it. Oh my, this is so hard. Gosh, this has got to be the craziest YouTube video I've ever done.
And me, being the big brain genius that I am, decided that what if I was to do it again, but this time for real. Oh yes, guys, we're back. Right, it is good to be back. So yes, today we will not be sleeping for 72 hours. Now, like I said, I have done this video before, but it was fake. I was in year 8 and I was bored and I made that video. And you know, now I'm used to not having much sleep, so you know, it might actually be very easy to do. Now, as it's quite obvious, not sleeping for 72 hours has some serious health risks. So I'm just gonna do some research and find out how bad it really is. Right, so I've done my research and it would seem that more or less everyone is heavily advising against doing this. Staying awake for more than 24 hours alone can affect cognitive skills. It basically means that your brain won't be able to work nearly as well. It can impact your ability to focus and to concentrate. When you stop sleeping for more than 48 hours, that's when it gets really bad. You know, you'll have higher stress level, you'll have memory loss, and your reaction time will be so slow. I am really not looking forward to this. Sleep deprivation for 72 hours can put your mental and motor responses at a higher risk and make them unstable. Like, you're not fully awake, but you're not asleep. When you don't sleep for this long, you will start hallucinating. Your muscles will start aching. You'll start having memories that didn't even happen. I am not looking forward to this. It is currently coming up to 5 PM. Let the challenge begin. Right, so first we need to talk about how it is going to be possible to stay up for that long and not fall asleep. First things first, I'm going to have a lot of caffeine, or in other words, as well as that, we are going to have to stay in a bright room, because if we go in the dark, our circadian kicks in or something. I don't know, it's like something that makes us fall asleep. It also is going to have to be pretty loud, and I think the best way to do that is to listen to music. And I was thinking about what song to listen to, but then I realised I can just listen to my new song, and you can too. Cloudy Skies is now out on iTunes, Spotify, Deezer. You can get it on like Instagram stories and stuff. Apple Music, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, literally any music platform. So go check it out. I really like my new song. I think it has great potential, and it's about a topic that hits quite close to home. So yeah. I've also got to remain active, because of course if I'm active, then that should trigger my mind and my body to stay awake. But we can't be too active, because then that would just tire us out even more. Right, let's do this. So guys, the time is currently 1:30 in the morning. If you're wondering why I'm using Google Clocks, it's because you can't change the time on it. So I can't really be lying about the time. So yeah, it's 1:30 in the morning, so that's about, if it started at 5, 8.5 hours in. So far so good, I don't feel tired yet. So far so good. Little did I know that in a couple hours I would start feeling pretty tired. Why does it say Mepham? I don't live in Mepham. I decided that a good shower would wake me up. And so, in the early hours of the morning, I went and had a shower. Nice and refreshed after that shower. I think for the next couple of hours I'm just gonna work on a couple song ideas that I have. Good morning everyone. Did you sleep well? I didn't. Now, it was at this point that the tiredness really started to affect me. I didn't feel right, I could barely concentrate, and my thinking was a lot slower. I just sat in my chair listening to music for a really long time, and it was only after sitting in that chair for so long that I decided it was a good idea to go out and get a meal. I am so tired. Now the plan was to have my brother test my reaction time, but as you can see, he completely messed it up. He had one simple task: to throw a tissue at me and see if I could catch it. But he couldn't even throw it at me. So when I got home, I had to turn to the internet to find a proper way to test my reaction time. Okay guys, so I'm here and I've found this test. It's called the emergency stop game, and it's gonna tell me how quick my reaction times are. Judging on how long it took me to say that sentence, I don't think it's gonna be that quick. Alright, let's play. Okay. How do we stop? How do we stop? You can see the horror on my face when I realise that I have the reaction time of a 50-year-old man when I'm only 15. I'm trying that again. I thought luck would be on my side when I tried a second time, but obviously not when it told me that I'm 56 years old. Just look at how shook I am. I can't even look at the screen. This is really not good. This is really not good. I soon decide to suck it up and accept my fate. Right, well, if I'm that tired, then I'm gonna need to be able to stay awake. It was glorious. I was making G Fuel live on camera and the whole world was watching. I mean, sure, it was great, and the G Fuel did give me a lot of energy. But of course, the G Fuel eventually ran out. It got to about 2 AM in the morning and I started to feel like a zombie. I don't know why I thought this, but for some reason I had the idea in my mind that if I went and laid down in my bed, it would help. The logic behind it was that sometimes I feel tired up until I get into bed and then I don't feel tired anymore. And for some reason, I thought that that would work. Big mistake. Once I was in bed, I did not want to leave. But did I get back up on my feet and continue the challenge? No, I did not. I actually ended up falling asleep. I'm joking! You already know your boy fought his way out of that bed. It was one of the worst things I ever had to do. Little did I know that that was foreshadowing the events that were to come in the near future. With nothing left to do, I pulled up a blanket, put on some music, and awaited the sunrise. Let's just say from here on out, things got a little more eventful. At this point, it was a battle of will. I was doing everything I could to stay awake. I literally could have dropped off at any moment and I kept experiencing microsleeps. Microsleeps are when your body and your mind shut down for about a second and you often wake up feeling a bit confused. Everything in my body was telling me to go to sleep, but I couldn't. I had to finish this challenge. Sometime later, I had one of the most scariest experiences of my life. I experienced an auditory hallucination. An auditory hallucination is like a hallucination, but instead of thinking you see something, you think you hear something. I did catch it on camera, and although the reaction looks over the top, you don't know how scary it was. I still remember it vividly. A song was just fading out as it was coming to the end, when I thought I heard someone say my name. I immediately started looking around the room. Hello? Look at me, I even called out hello as if someone was there. I got so spooked by the situation that I literally had to stop the recording and look back through it to make sure that there was actually no voices. It's safe to say that I was put on edge for the rest of the night. I still think that if it hadn't been for that waking me up, I would have fallen asleep right there and then. By the morning, things were starting to look up. Despite feeling and starting to look zombified, with the little energy I had left in me, I went bowling, even though I appeared to be very bad. But I swear to you, it wasn't me. The game was rigged. Even though I was bad at bowling, I was still able to crack the ticket machine in the arcade, which meant that overall, the day was a success. That night, however, when everything had worn off, that's when things got really difficult. So guys, still holding up. Think that I might be able to do this. I might fall asleep at literally any time though. I wish I had taken that a lot more seriously, because by the morning, I'd fallen asleep. Yep, I failed the challenge. I was, however, able to stay awake for roughly 59 hours. So technically I still did very well, but I just got so exhausted and I dropped off at some point in the night. So yes, I failed the challenge. Very sad, yes, I know. But although I failed it, it was still very difficult to stay up for the amount of time I did. So I would really appreciate it if you go and like the video and subscribe. I will not be doing this again. That was my one and only try of this. But thank you all for watching. I'm gonna go and enjoy the rest of my holiday now. Like and subscribe. Bye.
Oh, wow.